guys, welcome back. This is called the Supercar Blondie Eye Experience, and this is all about talking to super successful people about how they deal with change. You know, we all go through change, whether it's the smallest thing or whether it's the biggest thing. So do they. So if you haven't yet seen my last few episodes, go check them out. The links to those episodes are in the comment section down below. They are with some super successful, super famous people. Go check it out. All right, guys, come with me. In the boot of this iX is a hint as to our next guest on the show. All right, look at this. I found a surfboard in the middle of Munich, Germany. Right here. All right, here we go. This is probably one of the most inspiring people I will ever get to speak to in my life. Her name is Bethany Hamilton. Bethany's a pro surfer who at the age of 13 lost her arm in a shark attack off the coast of Hawaii. At that age, she already knew she wanted to be a pro surfer, but obviously never knew this kind of obstacle would be thrown at her. Just a few weeks after the shark attack, she was back at professional surf competitions. Bethany went on to become one of the best women surfers in the world, and she's recently been inducted into the Surfers Hall of Fame. She still surfs while pregnant with her third child, and she's busy with her motivational sessions. Bethany Hamilton! Bethany, what's up?
Aloha.
So nice to see you. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Glad to be here. Thanks, Alex.
So this is as close as I ever got to surfing. I would literally hold it under my arm and like trot down the beach just so I looked cool.
You look like a natural.
It's because I'm Aussie. I can kind of get away with it. But yeah, I could never actually surf. But you, on the other hand, one of the world's best women surfers. I cannot wait to chat to you. Let me just put this away because I can't hold this the whole time, even though I'd love to. What I would like to do is actually go back onto the sofa so we can get comfortable and talk about your life. You ready for this, guys? Let's do this. Yes. Now, at 13 years old, you were already a super talented surfer. You had a major sponsor backing you. You were winning tournaments left, right, and center. And then suddenly everything changed. You know, you were involved in this shark attack. You lost your left arm. Can you just take us back to that kind of moment when you were in hospital and you were thinking, can I even get through this? Is this something that I can accept?
Yeah, it was really, not the life I had pictured for myself. It wasn't something that I ever thought would happen to me. And I was laying there in the hospital room, all hooked up to all the IVs. And I remember looking down and realizing my left arm was gone. And that's like when it really sank in. And I was like, what's my life gonna hold from here? What's my life gonna look like? But yet, in all the chaos and the uncertainty and feeling like everything was just out of control, I also was thankful to be alive.
Honestly, like to go through something like that at such a young age and for you to already have that very positive mindset is actually quite incredible. And when I read that Bethany was out on the water 3 weeks later, so from hospital bed out on a surfboard in 3 weeks, I couldn't believe that you'd done that.
Yeah, I don't even know why I was in such a rush, but I can remember laying in the hospital and someone came to visit me, a guy by the name of Mike Coots, and he had actually learned how to surf with one leg, and he had been through a similar incident as myself, and he's like, hey, I think you can surf with one arm. So I already had my resilient, determined self ready to get back out there as soon as the doctor said I could, and I cheated and went one day early.
I love that.
Yeah, it was one of the best days of my life.
Surfing requires a lot of balance, and I've tried it a couple of times and I've just not been able to get up on the board, and most people give up after a couple of goes. But that's not your case. You went out there and just with one arm totally relearned how to surf.
I knew how to surf, but it was relearning how to do it with one arm. And I started off on a longboard, which if anyone out there really wants to learn to surf, you have to be on a big old huge surfboard or else it's just going to be too hard.
The ones that look really dorky, they're the ones you never want to be carrying along the beach.
Well, there are some people who make them look really cool. So.
That's true.
But yeah, so my journey of learning how to surf kind of, it took time. It didn't happen overnight. But I did stand up on my third wave, my third attempt. And it just slowly over time was adapting, making subtle adjustments. But it was now figuring out how to get enough speed to catch waves, now only having one arm, balance.
Do you think that you can learn kind of this perseverance, or do you think it's something that you're born with?
I definitely think it can be learned. For me, this year's been one of the hardest years of my life.
Wow.
Easily. Beyond just the world change and all the challenges, I started the year with a broken elbow, but I had my sights set on being 100% focused on competitive surfing. And then I recovered in time for my competitive season. And then third event in, everything just got canceled. And it was just all this effort and time and dedication and mind preparation just thrown out the window.
I think that is such an incredible thing to relate to, because Bethany said this has been also one of her hardest years in her life. And with all the things that Bethany has gone through in her life, for her to even say that, I think that that's a really strong statement. It's not meant to be easy to adapt, but every single day, right, Bethany, you just have to kind of make that positive choice.
It's really been a challenge to me to adapt, to focus on my mindset, to look for things to be thankful for. It hasn't always been easy, but I think we all can, it's the everyday choices that we make that's going to choose our future. And this is a time that when you get through challenges, you just you come out stronger.
Actually, I had a little mini burnout at the beginning of this year because I was traveling so much over 3 years, and I couldn't keep going the way it was. It was just not sustainable. So this year, and taking a step back actually was really a blessing in disguise for me. Maybe I could further that by taking one of your courses.
Oh my gosh, come join me. It's fun.
I will. Can I come to Hawaii though? I want that to be part of the course.
I'm thinking of doing little mini retreats in Hawaii.
Yes, I'm in.
Surfing. Literally, the ocean has taught me so much in my journey of life. And you get hit by a wave and it's trying to send you to the beach, and then you have to push through the muscle pain and push through the mental doubt and just get back out there. And there's more around the corner or beyond the next wave, but you have to get there first.
What have you been able to take from this year that, for example, you've had more time now that you're not surfing professionally because everything got cancelled? What else have you been doing? I know you're pregnant with your third child, which is a massive thing. Is that something that kind of came out of this?
For us, it was well, what do we want our life to look like? And what's the most important things to us? My husband and we teamwork everything. He's my right-hand man.
Yeah.
Or my left-hand man, should I say. And family is a big one. So I was let's just, surfing can go to the side for now, and let's go and grow our family. But one thing I wanted to point out too is I think we live in an age where there's endless learning at our fingertips. I think learning and looking forward to something is so important, having direction in our life. Even though everything is out of control and I may not be able to plan, everything to exactly how I want it, I can still be pushing myself and growing myself in different ways and choosing my direction.
And what you've done now is you've set up a motivational center, and now you can actually help others, right? Is that kind of the direction you're going with now?
I always wanted to do more than just be an inspiration. And I love the beauty of storytelling. I've been the center of a lot of storytelling through books I've written and through films made on my life, Soul Surfer, and now my documentary, Unstoppable.
By the way, it is amazing. You have to go and see this documentary. Honestly, after you watch this, go on Netflix. I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, Bethany, I can't believe all of the stuff that you've endured. And you just come out every single day with a smile on your face.
Thank you. And what I was saying, though, about inspiration is, so I wanted to step into a role of like going from inspiration to like really helping people, equipping people. So now I'm kind of in a mentorship / life coaching role. Over the last few years, we've been working on a project that's like focused on living an unstoppable life. So tackling life's challenges through tools, mindset. We talk about gratitude, adapting, taking a break from our phones, technology, the busyness, the craziness. And now as a mom and wife, I'm like, I see the effects of really busy days. And so just continually working on that balance and flow and finding my calm and peace. Because when I'm go, 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 like you're going to burn out and you're not going to be feeling fulfilled and you're not going to be able to reach your goals.
I look up to you and I commend everything that you've been able to achieve. And I really honestly do think you're very inspiring.
I mean, surfing has taught me so much about being patient, slowing myself down, like letting things go on the land and like kind of healing in the ocean. It's honestly such a healing place.
Do you have any like restrictions when it comes to like what you can put on your board and modifications for surfing tournaments?
Yeah, the only thing I have on my board is the handle, and I would be happy to compete without it. But no one said anything, so
okay, that's interesting.
I'm not going to raise alarm.
Yeah, no, of course not. Let's just cut that out so no one even questions it. Hey, I just wanted to come over and show you the iX because this is an all-electric car. It's new. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on electric cars. Are you a fan? Not so much a fan?
I think electric cars are the future. Like, I think it's inevitably going to happen. My husband and I have been talking about it in the next like 5 or so years to eventually get one. So yeah, we're definitely looking around, seeing what's popping out.
I've tested this out for you, Bethany, just so you know you're good to go. I've tested a surfboard in the back here. It fits. I'm not sure. You said that you have 5 surfboards in your car, though. We'll have to get our hands on a few more surfboards. I'll have to shove them in somehow and test it out for you.
We might have to put some racks on top, and then I'll be good to go.
Love it. Come over here. I just wanted to show you this cool feature. This is like my favorite feature of the car. It's not got anything to do with sustainability, but I just think it's really cool. Look at this. You got these crystal little buttons that you can move the chair back and forward with. Isn't that pretty?
Lush. I like it.
Isn't it? It's so cool. I love this. So generally, are you into sustainability? Are you concerned about that area at all, or it's not something that phases you?
At the forefront of my mind is the amount of plastic in the ocean. So, I see it up front, in person, in the ocean.
Yeah.
Certain swells will all of a sudden have like a ton of plastic coming in, washing up on the beach.
When you see plastic bottles next, ship them over here to Munich because BMW needs them for their floor mats.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, it's not just electric technology. I love that, they're thinking more along the lines of what else they can do to actually... Exactly, yes. Speaking of the ocean, I'm just looking at it here again. It is quite cool. It keeps moving. Wherever the camera moves, it moves with it. It's so cool. Are you actually ever afraid of the ocean now, or are you good with it?
I mean, the ocean is continually humbling me and putting me in my place. And I love pushing it in bigger surfs, so sometimes I'm scared.
Yeah. I've seen you surfing some of those waves. It's so scary.
But I think over the time, I've had my share of wipeouts and pain points. And I don't know, I definitely have a high pain tolerance because of the life I live. I was talking with my son. I've had over 100 stitches on my body through various injuries. But I always think of surfing as not that dangerous. So I don't know, maybe I got that wrong.
Yeah, I think that you're a little bit immune to how dangerous it is now because the rest of us are looking at you just like, she's crazy. This is mad. Out of everything that you've accomplished, what do you think is your greatest accomplishment?
Oh man, wow. When I think of the most important things to me, it's easily my relationships.
Yeah.
And a lot of those relationships are the reason I am where I am today. So if those aren't nourished, then everything else feels somewhat empty. So for me, it's definitely putting my family first, and then putting my passion second and let the rest follow. And I think when we do that, success just feels that much better.
I don't think everyone knows just how successful a surfer you are. I mean, do you get sick of people talking about the fact that you're a surfer with one arm? Would you prefer them just to be like, hey, this is Bethany Hamilton. She is an awesome surfer.
Yeah, it's funny because so many people would just be like, oh, you're that girl that used to surf, or you're that girl that lost her arm to a shark. Of course, it bugged me a bit, but I was just like, let's just go make a short film, high performance, like just put it out there in the world and remind people like what I became. Today, it's been really amazing to just see the impact of my story on people around the world, and especially people going through dark times. I mean, we all go through dark times at one point or another. My sweet spot is young people and, you know, teenagers and just the young people really facing really hard times, and them hearing my story and bouncing back in their own kind of unstoppable way. It's really like just heartwarming and encouraging for me to just keep putting myself out there.
All right, guys, make sure to go and check out Unstoppable on Netflix. It really is incredible. I hope you have enjoyed this conversation. I have. Thank you so, so much, Bethany. And thank you for staying up so late. I know it's midnight in Hawaii, so I'm going to let you go.
Aloha, Alex. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha. We'll see you soon. Thanks, Bethany. All right, guys, that's it. That's the end of the series. Let me know who else you would like as a guest on the show. Pop it in the comments section underneath this video, and we are going to try and make it happen. All right, that's it from me for now. Love you guys. I'm out. Bye.